Well, good afternoon again. It's hot to walk out, really. Shouldn't say that, I know, but we've been kept in for lots and lots, well, locked in for lots and lots of weeks, and now we've got a chance to go out. It's hot to walk out, really, but there we are. We're okay. I hope you're all alright. I said, if anybody's got anything, want me to read out or whatever, please contact me and I'll do it for you. Alright. Now I'm doing one today by Liz Harmon, and then another one by David Prowse. Now this year one is a village concert by Liz Harmon. We held a village concert. Handsome it was, it's true. We dressed the stage up lovely with flags, red, white and blue. We sang Rule Britannia and songs from foreign lands, and you should have seen the Scottish dancing. My stars, now it was grand. While they all looked so natural as they jigged about in the dance, you would have thought they'd come from Scotland, not Newlyn or Penzance. Then Elizabeth recited, yes, she was good as gold. Remembered every word of 'em, 12 verses it was all told. And then some of them put on a play, it was proper show, about an interfering woman, just like, you do know. There was mother with her knitting and granny sitting there, complaining and reading the Cornishman, just like life I swear. The poor forlorn little daughter and the nosy Parker from next door, two high and mighty neighbours, completed all the score. To make the stage look homelike, they bought some things along, a table, chairs, a potted fern, and things that do belong. When the play was ended, with the woman's having a qualm, we all said, lovely, wasn't it? Yes, that play went like a bomb. And then we had a fashion show that I couldn't quite understand, for the bride had onions round her neck and a broccoli in her hand. It was almost entertaining, and the music now, that was good, for our David played the piano as only David could. His hands flied up and down the keys, he made not one mistake, while the music flowed in endless stream without a single break. When the concert was over, they all gave us a lovely tea to help us keep our strength up. Well, it's exhausting work, you see. When we had our fill of splits and buns and other such like stuff, we were glad to pack up everything. We felt we'd had enough. Where do you want this table took? Said David to the cast. Why, down the street, then round the back, said the chairman as she passed. So loaded down, he started off to do just exactly that, when we heard a shout and an awful crash, and we said, what is he at that? Well, we all went running after him to see what was alarming the land, and found David boy standing there, a table leg in his hand. I don't know what has happened, but it started off complete, and now all you can see is all the rest is rolling down the street. Then off we went running after, and it must have been a sight to see we chests and legs and things, 11 o'clock of Friday night. But when we think in years to come about that merry band, shall we only remember David, a table leg in his hand? Or shall we think with pleasure of the part that each did play on that village concert evening one Friday night in May? Now this year one again, it's another one by David Prowse. This is all part of the service. Got a new man down the vicarage, Jan sipped upon his tea. I went to check out, he said, to see what I could see. I rang the bell and heard these feet come skipping across the floor. Then this vision in a flowery shirt was peeping round the door. I tried hard not to look surprised, but my eyes was thrilled athirst by the jingle of his earrings and the colours of his shirt. And when I saw his trousers, I don't know what to think, 'cause I've seen bright and loud and large, but these were shocking pink. Hello, says he, hello, says I. I'm Jan across the way, and a man should know his neighbours, as my mother used to say. So don't get him worried about the job you gotta do, 'cause folks round here are good as gold, apart from one or two. Now, we like our hymns old-fashioned, nothing sensitive nor slick, like onward Christian soldiers, 'cause we like to give and stick. Leave Mildred start before the rest, if you would be so kind, or else you'll find she's dragging on a scat or two behind. And Percy on the organ is inclined to lose the trail, 'cause his organ is electric, but his hands is British rail. So if he's slow to finish, don't go sending for the nurse. Just nod your head towards us and we'll sing another verse. And when it comes to sermons, keep them brief and to the point, or you'll find the congregation got their noses out of joint. Of course, we're keen to share your thoughts about the promised land, but we find that 20 minutes is as much as we could stand. And if you don't mind me saying so, this isn't London town, so if you're stepping out in public, perhaps you ought to tone her down. 'Tis all right in your garden, you're protected by the trees, but don't wear earrings Sundays, or they'll be all on their knees. How thoughtfully considered. Many thanks for your advice. It's good to find that people are so neighbourly and nice. So thank you, Jan, for coming. Just one thing before you go. Would you like to meet my father? He's the new vicar, don't you know?